welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing another foundation review and wear test, this time on the ESTEE Lauder Double Wear Sheer Foundation. This isn't very new, it's new-ish, but it is the latest foundation, I believe, in their double wear line, in ESTEE Lauder's double wear line. So I was very intrigued and wanted to pick this up. This is the final look, so we are going to jump into the application portion of this video. We'll be doing a 4-hour check-in out in natural daylight and an 8-hour check-in and kind of wrap up final thoughts, see how the foundation's looking. I'll also be inserting in some swatches. So with that being said, if you like foundation videos, if you like foundation reviews, please give this video a thumbs up. I do post videos every Sunday and Thursday, so twice a week is kind of my schedule right now. And with all that being said, let's jump into the application portion of this video. All right, so we have the foundation here. I have two shades. I have the shade 2N1 and then 3N1. Usually I wear 2N1, at least in the double wear nude. So that's why I grabbed this. And then since leaving Arizona, I've been a little bit tanner. So I think I was kind of iffy on shade, and that's why I grabbed two. So let's open this up. I'm gonna start with 2N1 just to see. This is 1 ounce. Here's what the bottle looks like. Shake it up. So it's $46 and comes in, let's see, 26 shades. So not terrible. Let's swatch both of these on the back of my hand. I have done all my skincare, sunscreen, all that stuff. And it does say to apply this with the fingers. So that's probably, even though I don't want to, that's probably what we're gonna do. All right, it's very runny. So this is 2N1 and then this is 3N1. So I'll probably need 3N1. All right, let's take off my glasses, get to applying this. I'm also gonna take off my rings. That's part of the reason why I just don't like applying things with my fingers. It just gets messy, I don't like that. I'm gonna shake this up. It does have SPF 19. It's not really that much. I would still wear SPF. I'm still wearing SPF now. And it's supposed to just be a lightweight version, I think, of the double wear. I've never tried the original double wear. I've only tried the nude version. So I'm not really going to be able to compare it to that. It does feel very lightweight. And the claims are that it evens skin tone, which I always wonder when a foundation says that, because like, isn't that the point of a foundation, is to even the skin tone? I don't really know why they feel like they have to put that in the claim. It's supposed to smooth texture and then provide a lightweight feel, and it is matte. So that's gonna be interesting. It really doesn't feel matte. Usually I associate matte with powdery, but it doesn't feel like that. It's kind of, just missed this little spot in my nose. This is what it's looking now. I didn't apply that much, so it actually is pretty nice. It's still a little tacky. I'm gonna just try and build it a little bit. And then the other claims are that it resists sweat and humidity. So that, I can't really test the humidity. It's not very humid here, but I can see if it's a little bit sweat resistant. It has gotten very hot here, at least during the day. In the mornings, it's still pretty cool. So we can see if it's actually sweat resistant. Based on like the texture and just how it's applying, it doesn't really feel like it's gonna be a sweat resistant foundation, but who knows, it might surprise me. I actually really like this. It doesn't feel and look as matte as, I'll look at my closer mirror, as I was expecting it to. It blurred my pores pretty well here. I mean, I still do have like a lot of blemishes. My skin's not in the best shape, but I'm happy with the coverage. I would say it's a light to medium, like on the far end of a light coverage. I really like this. Okay, and I mean, this was really easy to apply. So I usually my application portions aren't this short. I'm maybe just gonna smooth it out with my sponge here, but I don't even think I need to. I'm just doing this for shits and giggles. I have like pretty distinguished dark circles. I've mentioned this, but I haven't been sleeping very well recently. There's a lot going on. And I even feel like my dark circles are a little bit more covered than other foundations. And the shade match is pretty good. Again, I wore the shade 3N1. I think 2N1 was going to be too light. 2N1 was what I wore when I worked retail 60 hours a week and never saw the sun, even though I lived in Arizona. So now that I'm outside a little bit more, this is really nice. Wow. I really, really like this. Sorry, I didn't mean to whisper. I know sometimes I talk very low and I have to boost the sound in the videos, so I'm sorry about that. All right. Here's what we're looking like. I'm just gonna get inside here. I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup and then I will be back to just talk about the rest of my first thoughts. But so far, this is like over exceeding my expectations. I'm like sad that I didn't try this earlier because I've had some pretty bad foundation wear tests and this one is just, wow, my skin looks so good. I can't say that enough. It just looks healthy. It looks glowy without being overly glowy. I really don't like that wet look. I know I do have normal leaning dry skin and I know typically people with dry skin like that glowy look. I don't want to look oily. So I like that this just gives a glow, but it's not too much. All right, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup and I will be back. All right, I'm back and the rest of my makeup is on. Without just repeating myself, I really, really like this. It does exactly what it says. It feels weightless on the skin. It was one of the fastest foundations to apply ever. Just put it on my hands, rub it on my face, and it evened out really quickly. I don't necessarily love putting it on my fingers too much, but I can overlook it for how it's looking now. I wouldn't say it's matte. It was still very radiant, and then I powdered, and then it looked matte. So I was like, oh no, this is a little too matte for me. And then I used setting spray. I kind of pressed the product into the skin to kind of just melt all the powders together, the bronzer, the blush, everything like that. And it just made the finish so nice. I would more say this is a soft matte, I guess. Like I want to say that it's natural finish, but it's not too natural. You can definitely tell I'm wearing makeup. So it's a light medium coverage, but the finish, I'm going to say, yeah, a soft matte or a natural, kind of in between those two. But I just really like how this looks. Fingers crossed that this just wears beautifully because I will be wearing this all the time. It is so stunning. My pores look so nice. Everything looks so smooth. I did forget to mention, circling back, everything that I have on my face is always listed down in the description box below. Just for time's sake, I'm not going to go over everything, but it is there if you're curious. And yeah, I think, I just hope that it goes well because sometimes I'm loving a foundation and then after the end of the day, it's just not that great. So we're gonna have positive attitude and we're gonna hope that this just goes well. So I will be doing just like all my other foundation reviews. You can check those out above. But I do a 4-hour check-in out in natural daylight. It is 9:15 right now. This is the earliest I think I've ever filmed, but I have some errands to do today. I'm going to be out in the sun, so we will definitely test if this is sweat resistant. And then after 4-hour check-in, I'll be inserting in some swatches of just some other foundations so you can kind of get an idea of shade. And then after that, we'll come back after 8 hours and do just final thoughts, see how the foundation's looking, all that good stuff. But, ooh, yeah, I really, really like this so far. It just feels good. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything on my skin. It is very lightweight. I was always worried about the original double wear. It's part of the reason why I've never tried it or picked it up. It just seemed very heavy, very full coverage. So the fact that this was sheer, that's why I was a little bit intrigued. Like I said, I have the nude one and I do wear that fairly often. I like that. I would have to wear it again to just see the comparison between the two. Just have a feeling this probably has a little bit lighter coverage. That one's a water base foundation, the nude one. I'm not sure what this base is, but I just have a feeling this is going to be a little bit more of a full coverage, not full coverage, but a little bit heavier coverage, where that one's just a little bit more sheer, if I had to guess. But yeah, I'm going to leave you guys and I will see you all in 4 hours. All right, everyone, it has been 4 hours now. It's actually been a little bit more than that, but I got sidetracked with lunch. So here's what the foundation's looking like. I feel like, you know, you can kind of, it's showing my texture a little bit more. Zoom in real close. But it's still looking really good. If I wasn't doing a wear test, this would probably be around the time that I would powder, just because it is feeling just a little bit greasy. Just something like personal preference. It's looking a little bit shiny for me. Hair in my mouth. But it's not unbearable. It's not something where if I didn't have powder, I would just take everything off because I hated it so much. It's really not bad. I'm still really liking how this is wearing, and I would say that the claim that it's sweat resistant is fairly accurate because I was in the car for a while. It's hot outside. I am absolutely sweating. So the sweat claims are definitely true as far as now. It's been about 5 hours, so it hasn't broken down or anything. It's just a little bit shiny, but that could just be oils coming through my skin. So that is where I'm going to leave everyone. Just see a little bit more. Yeah, you can just see more of my texture coming through. But I will be inserting in some swatches right about now, and then I will see you all during my final check-in. All right, welcome back to the end of the night. It has not been 8 hours, it's been 10. It's weird, like starting earlier, I just kind of went through my day. I'm used to kind of doing this around 8 o'clock or so. So 8 hours would have been around 6. I think that's right, around there, 5 or 6, because I started so early this morning. So it just flew by and I was just working, doing stuff, cleaning, and I completely forgot to do my end of night check-in. Anyways, I guess it's not bad because the longer we see, the more we can see how much this holds up. And I have to say this holds up really well. I mean, you can see my chin has some oils, and I don't really touch up throughout the day during the wear test to just see how this really goes. That way I can get like a true reading on how it wears. We're gonna kind of just dab away the excess oil. But oils aside, like this hasn't moved at all. It is still just, it hasn't slid, it hasn't broken apart, anything like that. So to have a little bit of shine, I'm not mad at it. I mean, I'm definitely all busted. My mascara is running down my face and everything. So mascara does not hold up. Foundation holds up great. I am really glad that I did not get the normal shade that I usually go with. I ended up going up one. So that is nice because even like I'm not I was self-tanning, and so my self-tans faded quite a bit. So even with faded self-tan, like the 3N1 worked really well. Again, I'm just gonna swatch it on the back of my hand. It is very runny, and the only con I have, so 3N1. The only con that I have to this foundation is that it says to apply it with your fingers, and that's just not something that I prefer to do. I will probably try and apply it with a brush. I'm probably gonna wear this tomorrow. Tomorrow is my mom's birthday, so we have family coming over, and I want something. I'm not gonna do a wear test with a new foundation. I don't wanna like mess that up. So I'll probably wear this tomorrow and use a brush. And then I'll leave a pinned comment down below on just how it wore with a brush, because that's really the only con that I have for it, is that if you can only use your fingers and one tool, then I'm not super thrilled about that. It would probably stop me from wearing it just if I don't like to just continuously wash my hands all the time when I'm applying makeup, and you'd have to do that. So again, that's my only complaint. My pores still look fairly blurred. I mean, you can still see texture. It's not 100% gone, but this is a more sheer foundation. So for the amount of coverage that it has, I'm happy with the amount of blurring that's just going on. I don't know if I'm close enough, but you know, skin has texture. We all have to deal with it. Can't look like we have a filter on all the time. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm finally getting the groove of these foundation reviews, because I started them. I feel like the first 4 were just, I hated all those foundations, and I was like, man, this really sucks. Like, I don't want to come across negative all the time. And now we're like the last 3 or 4, I've really just like top notch, really loved. So that's really great news for me. I already took my necklace off. Sorry if you're noticing. And that's all I have to say. So again, if you like foundation reviews, please give this video a thumbs up. It kind of just lets me know what content people like to see. I have different kind of content. I always have playlists kind of just listed above if you want to see the different content that I have. And with that, I will see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.